What's going on, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying the beginning of your work week. What happened today? So I did have to go get tested for COVID-19 because, as most of you probably know that were in the stream Friday night, it was official. Garrett did contract the COVID virus, and so now as a result, everyone at work has to be tested. So I'll know within 3 to 5 days. I don't feel sick, okay? I don't have any of the symptoms, but maybe I'm asymptomatic or however that works out. So I did submit for my test. We want to make sure that we're safe in the automotive shop because we're up close and personal with not just our fellow mechanics, but also sometimes with customers, of course, following that social distancing aspect. But you can never be too safe. So for that result, I went ahead and I got tested this morning. I got some products that came in, man. I'm feeling pretty excited about this. This should almost go into Cool Tool Tuesday, but I'm excited to see what Jeff has coming up, getting ready to step into the new year. Maybe he's got some new stuff. But today, I wanted to showcase a few items. One item in particular I did make mention of during Friday's live stream, which was the GEARWRENCH 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive locking 90 tooth ratchet. A lot of similarity in the locking design as the Matco. I think I've heard other people say Matco makes this, which I found out was actually false. Matco does not make this design, but very similar. But in a 90 tooth instead of the 88 tooth, feels like it kind of has that teardrop design. Curiosity has me to see how well these hold up. Very excited, but I did pick these up off of Amazon for relatively inexpensive. I would consider them a good price. I want to say it was probably under $100. I will put the Amazon affiliate link down below, as well as the other products that I purchased off of Amazon as well, for your guys' ease of access, and also if there's a coupon code or some kind of discount code that I can get for you guys and put it down there. It'll just help you to save money, and it helps me out too. So make sure to check the links in the description for these specific products. Another product that I picked up, you guys know that I love Sunex, and I always talk about their magnetic sockets. I used to own a set. Shane owns a set. I just went ahead and decided to dive all over this. So I picked up the regular Master 1/4 inch set. Comes with a universal joint, a 2-inch extension, and then of course all the little magnetic sockets in SAE and metric. 3/16 up to 1/2 inch, no skips. And then of course 5.5 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and then all the way up to 15 millimeter, no skips. This is a phenomenal set. You're going to use the heck out of it. Believe me, there's going to be some tight spots that you're going to run into that you're going to wish that you had a magnetic socket set of some kind, and I really do like the Sunex products. Yes, even for 13s and 15s, there are some tricky spots that you wish you could at least get a couple of threads started so you could pull the extension and socket off, and then hit it with that 3/8 or 1/2 inch. Okay, that being said, there's also been numerous times that I've run into situations where I wish it was a universal joint, and when I saw that Sunex was selling these, and now granted, yes, they are a 12 point, but when I saw that they were selling a universal magnetic socket in the 1/4 inch drive, again, now this one starts at 5 and goes all up to 15. Wish they would have kept that at the 5.5. That would have been that much more awesome if they would have kept it the same as they had this set. Because Ford, right? Because Ford. That's why I think they should have started with 5.5 and kept it true. But they didn't. They gave you 5, and then they go 6, and then all the way up to 15. But again, yeah, it's 12 point, but with 1/4 inch, you really shouldn't be rounding anything off with that. It's just another way to be able to get something started. Again, if you can get a couple of threads on there, perfect. If you want to tighten it up, tighten it up. Look, just because it's 12 point doesn't mean you can't tighten it up, okay? It'll tighten and it'll loosen, and you're not going to round every single thing you come into contact with just because it's 12 point and not 6 point. I know I get a lot of guys saying, oh, 12 point, you're going to round it off. Yeah, if you're a dummy about it. So at any rate, I definitely was excited to pick that set up. Part number 1818 on the 1/4 inch set that's non-universal. Part number 1825 on the 1/4 inch universal with the 12 point. I want to give a huge shout out to Tribus Tools as well as Clay Kuhn. Clay actually put me in contact with Tribus Tribus decided to reach out and send me their 7/8 drive ratcheting O2 sensor removal wrench. This thing's pretty cool, man. It's a flex head. They give you an extension. It's heavy. This thing is heavy, okay? No joke. This is one heavy duty O2 sensor removal tool. But look, it's ratcheting. It's flexible in either direction for tightening or loosening. Now obviously, if I want to loosen, I have to have it one way. If I want to tighten, I have to have it another way. But killer excited to put this through the paces and try it out. Wanted to share it with you guys before we did, so you can leave your thoughts and feedback down below. This is an entirely made in USA product. I love the heavy knurling on this O2 sensor ratchet wrench removal tool. But I wanted to give a huge shout out to Tribus for giving me the opportunity to try out their product, as well as Clay for putting me in touch with Tribus Tools to try out this product. I wanted to showcase the 90-tooth ratchets because I am curious to see if I like them best, better, or worse than the Matco 88-tooth teardrop design that you all know I'm familiar with. Curious to see if we have the same kind of issues, if any, with this design ratchet. I know there's a lot of people out there that really love that 120 XP. Totally understand. I know a lot of people love the 84-tooth design. Totally understand. Before we close out today's video, there was one thing that did kind of ring to mind that I did want to talk about briefly, and that is career-ending injuries or working through injuries as an automotive mechanic or technician. You know, let's just think about it in terms of sports. I know a lot of people are interested in sports, but you know, when you have an injury and you're playing the game, you come off the field, you get, you know, rested up, stretched out, that kind of stuff, and then you can either A, go back to play, or if it's so severe, you sit on the sideline, somebody else comes in for you. It's not like that in the mechanic field. If you get injured, you have to work through the injury. A lot of us have developed tactful ways of taping up cuts, and you know, if you get bruised, you get bruised, but we've used electrical tape for cuts, duct tape. I've heard of people using super glue or Q-bond for their cuts. You do what you got to do so that way you can continue working and finish the job, but you're putting, you know, harmful chemicals onto your skin, which can be an irritant, and then over time you develop allergic reaction. The lift could give out and land on you. Okay, we work in a dangerous environment. My mom's ex-boyfriend from like 10 years ago, he had a career-ending kind of an injury. When he was at GM, one of the sides of the lift gave out, came down, hit him in the back, laid him down flat. Luckily, it caught on a lock and didn't fully collapse on him. But it took him over a year to even actually start to recover, and it took him a couple years before he was able to kind of at least get back into an independent shop life to be able to work and wrench again. But he was not as fast as he was when he was a GM. He was not producing the amount of hours that he produced at GM. And then overall, I believe he still works in the independent shop, but he's an old timer, right? Old timers, we get like and I know I'm incorporating myself a little bit in this because I do have arthritis. I know I'm so young to have arthritis, but it's true, I do have arthritis, so the cold affects me. And I get it for you old guys that have to fight through that arthritis while you're in weird positions and stuff. But there's also a lot of other things that older people have to consider too. They have their heart rate, diabetes. I mean, we got a guy at work right now that fights through diabetes, and he has to monitor his blood pressure like all the time. These are things that you have to think about as you get older. And the reason why we stress on Money Mondays, which is today, saving money, because you might have a career-ending injury. You might have some kind of diabetic or stroke, or the lift might give out on you. And then what did you do to prepare yourself leading up to that? Because we can't calculate when it's our time, and then when it is our time, what can we do to replace that income, because now we're not at the same income we were at. It's not like we're making buku dollars like these athletes are, but we're not exactly making like minimum wage either. We should try to figure out how to create some kind of safety net for these kind of things that could potentially happen in this dangerous profession. It is dangerous. I mean, Anyone that says it's not is full of it. I mean, you're going to run into situations that you feel like you're really putting more risk ahead of yourself than anything else. I don't know a lot of people that are chomping at the bit to get underneath a 5,000-pound car to do a service or something like that, you know, and trusting that the cables and locks are going to hold up. We do. And it's one of those things that you just kind of grin, bear, get used to, and hopefully at the end of the day, you walk out with a decent check and you can put some money aside and then keep on doing it the next day, the week after, and you just go as long as you possibly can. But I'd like to hear your guys' stories. Did you develop any kind of career-ending injury that led you to try to figure out what else that you would have to do in life because you could no longer do that one thing? Did your vision fade and you used to be a pilot and now you can't fly planes anymore? I'd like to hear your stories down below. It's interesting, and I think that everyone can kind of get a better idea or perspective of some things that they need to do before they go into this style of work. Be it stretching before you go to work so you don't throw your back out. Be it eating healthier so you don't develop diabetes. Be it just being more safe and cautious of your surroundings as you're working so that accidental incidents don't occur on the job. I'd like to hear it down below. Thanks as always for watching my channel, guys. I really appreciate the comments, and I appreciate if you smash a thumbs up, share the video if you want to share the video, comment if you want to comment. If you didn't like today's content, hit the thumbs down. Look forward to seeing you guys for Cool Tool Tuesday. I will put the links to all of the products that I have purchased here down below in the description for you guys to check out if you want to check them out. Thanks as always for watching my channel. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers and deuces.